And here we are.
We are here.
Two guys that
talk soccer. Vegas edition.
As you can see,
World Cup,
we're here.
World Cup 2026, USA. Let's go. And what better place to talk soccer and to talk post-draw? This is why this episode is so
very important.
Because this determines your World Cup. I mean, really, it does, right? You get a shitty draw.
You're toast.
Toast.
Bye.
Argentina, you have Germany in your group.
Oh,
blah, blah,
terrible,
blah.
terrible.
Your run is like this. So very, 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 very not good. But we're going to talk draw in a second. We're super excited to bring it to you to the place that does odds, the place that does all sports, the place that does everything that you would want to be.
Soccer betting. Don't bet on soccer. Been there, done it. Don't do it.
That's why we brought it to you live from Vegas for my 40th birthday.
This guy, do you believe that? He's 40. He doesn't look a day over 22.
Normally you say 97, so 22.
22.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Because you know what else? It's Taylor Swift's birthday. So, hey, I don't know about you. He's feeling 22.
Okay,
tribute.
We're done with the singing. I promise no more singing the rest of the soccer show. So anyways, we're excited to bring you a very, we have an incredible show in store.
We do. An amazing show.
I walked you through the show. So
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
This is our post-draw show.
For sure.
So we're going to jump right in. We're going to first talk. We haven't been back since our November friendlies. We actually didn't cover the November friendlies, but we're going to briefly recap them for you. So we played two teams, Paraguay and Uruguay. So normally we look at that window, we say, this is going to be tough. This is going to be very tough competition.
Probably 1-1 you'd be happy with.
You'd be happy with the tie.
Maybe a tie.
So Paraguay, we beat 2-1.
So we were free rolling.
Yep. Uruguay, we crushed 5-1.
5-1 in soccer terms, that's like a 45-3 beatdown.
Crazy. And Uruguay has crushed us. They dominated us at the Copa America. They dominated us pretty much every time we faced them. They owned us.
But now we own them.
We showed up big, 5-1. I would say literally that is one of the best. Like that was one of our signature wins. When you think back and you say, what's a signature win that this team had? I can't think of one. But Uruguay, that was a signature win. Yeah. And they didn't have Pulisic. They didn't have McKinney. They didn't have all these guys.
What is that saying? What have we been saying? See?
More than one player. I'm telling you, and we'll get into that later too. Exactly. So the run of form is incredible for the U.S. Both Paraguay and Uruguay received red cards against us. It was a scrappy game.
Boom.
They were scrappy. There was a fight on the field. I know. At the very end of the Paraguay game, they literally, players off the bench.
I love
everything.
I saw that.
Was going, a U.S. player went to grab the ball, to do a throw in, and the guy grabbed it and threw it down, and then they got in a scuffle.
Love it.
Cards
What
everywhere.
was the guy that got, like, who was the U.S. player?
It was, I think it was Sebastian Berhalter.
I love that guy.
Yeah. So it was crazy. There was scrappiness. It's everything you want to see from this team. That fights for each other, bleeds for each other, dies for each other. So
what does that remind you of?
Exactly, and we'll get into that. Exactly. So I think this was my favorite new best window so far. And if you look at the last results, the four, we tied Ecuador, right? We beat Australia 2-1. We beat Paraguay 2-1, and then we beat Uruguay 5-1. So
big victories.
While the pluses are that we've had the biggest string of results ever, right, in a row, we are still allowing these goals. Like a couple of mistakes, I would see some of the goals. I'm like, why do these mistakes? Because that'll cost
mental mistakes, or
I just think defense gives away a sloppy ball, goalkeeper isn't in the right position, etc. So
not good.
We're doing good on the offense and getting the ball forward and pressing together as a team, but we need to get our defense on the same page.
Because defense wins championships.
Yep.
They always say that. Defense wins championships.
Yep. And because later on in the tournament, Argentina's going to punish you. Spain's going to punish you. All these big teams.
So you got to have a defense.
Portugal's going to punish you. Yeah, toast. New best window so far. Super excited for where we're headed. I'm cautiously optimistic. Because normally you see the US.
I was throwing all sorts of shit.
Normally you see the US
now I'm just saying,
maybe tie a tie and then lose one, or tie and then win by 1 goal or something.
They've been on a roll.
So I have not seen the string of results as long, I think, as I've been watching.
Exciting.
Yeah, against these top teams in the top 20, which is crazy.
Yeah,
Um,
amazing.
so now, what everyone's been waiting for, we're going to get into the draw. Let's take a look. Who did we draw? Okay.
Oh, look at this great
So,
graphic
Look
that our
at this
producers
graphic.
put together
Look at this
for us.
graphic. We created this
Okay.
whole graphic. Actually, props to whoever created this graphic. So anyway, so this is our draw. Now you look at these teams, you say, these teams seem familiar. You're right. They are.
Australia, we
So,
beat them.
Group D. We're in Group D, United States. As a host, we were put automatically. So we drew a Pot 2 team. I would say a Pot 2 team, Australia, they're the lowest in all the Pot 2 teams. So this, we couldn't have asked for a better Pot 2
They're
team.
the lowest of that group.
Of the pot. The pots. If you look at
good.
them, you say, oh, I don't want Nora. I don't want blah, blah, blah,
Oh,
right?
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't want Japan. I don't want, right?
Oh, Japan could have been there.
Yeah. So we could have had a much, much worse. Australia, don't get me wrong, it's going to be a tough. They're scrappy. These are the rugby
We
guys.
only beat them like
2 to 1. They
to one?
pulled one back. Again,
Okay.
we should not have made a mistake.
Yeah.
But Australia, we really, if you look at it, they're going to be a tough team. Paraguay, we beat 2 to 1. Again, they got a red
But
card.
they're a tough team.
In the end, tough team. They're scrappy as well. Then winner of, so you notice there's
so
a
let's
box here.
see this box here.
Turkey, Romania,
Romania,
Slovakia,
Slovakia.
Kosovo. They play in March, so we won't know who our last opponent is until March.
Who is the best out of these four?
Turkey, by far.
Okay.
Turkey
by
beat
far.
us by far. 2 to 1. So they're in the
So
top.
that's not
they're,
good if
they're in
Turkey
the
ends
top,
up.
top 30 for sure. They might be the top 20, but I think top 30 for sure. So Turkey is going to be super tough. I mean, looking at this group, a lot of people, you've heard a lot of commentators that say, this is a layup for the U.S. They better get out of their group. They better move on. Look, I think so too, but I like what our coach has said, and I won't get too much into the coach. I'll talk about him later, but he says never underestimate an opponent.
Well,
which is true. I mean, look, you look at these teams, and yes, we beat them in friendlies, and we brought it in the friendlies. They brought it too, but we're talking World Cup level. This is like the stakes are the highest they're going to be.
Yeah.
We're going to face Australia. They're going to bring everything. They're going to chop down our players. They're taller than our players. They're bigger than our players.
They're going to get physical.
Yeah. Like, this is a game that I would not want to see us start like Christian Pulisic in, because he's going to get knocked down. We want to see Diego Luna, the big balls guy.
Yeah.
We want to see Sebastian Berhalter. We want to see the guys who are going to fight.
That's smart.
That are not like the finessey guys, right? We want to see the guys that, yes, they have a finishing touch, but they also are ready to bring it. Like, you put Haji Wright into this game, right? Like, I would.
Yep. That's the big guy,
versus Flo Bowley. He's not the big. He's
Haji
big, but
Wright?
he's got the dreads.
Yeah.
Super cool guy.
Good.
So you want to put him in that. Paraguay, you're going to put finesse, and they've got quality. They've got a lot of quality. They've got a lot of fight. Yes, they're going to chop you down, as well as Australia. I would say Turkey as well, if we get Turkey.
Okay, so let's say we get Turkey.
You have 3 opponents that are going to bring the aggressiveness. They're going to bring the toughness. The Paraguay and Turkey are a bit more like Finnish quality. They have a bit better quality.
Yeah.
I mean, Paraguay beat Uruguay just like we did in one of the last windows or whatever. But we have to, the way that Pochettino comes up with the roster, it's got to be smart, because you can't put Pulisic 90 plus minutes in all of these games.
He's going to get destroyed.
You got to alter, the way that we've been doing. You got to put Diego Luna in, or Brendan Aronson, who's going to just be the workhorse, or whoever, right? So this is going to be a tough group. I think we could come out with wins against all these guys. I think we can top our group, but we got to show up.
Okay.
What are your thoughts?
So for our viewers out there, real fast, 2 from this group move on to the next round. Yes?
So here's the interesting thing.
Okay.
This is World Cup, the first World Cup of 48 teams. So they did a little different.
Oh,
so the top two of every group go through automatically, right? So first and second, which is always what happens.
Perfect.
Now, third place, the top 8 out of 12 third place finishers, because there's 12 groups, right? They move on.
Oh.
That's why it's a round of 32 versus a round of 16. So for the first
time that's actually really good.
Yeah. So I highly doubt we will not be moving forward, even if we're a third place, second place with this group. Yeah, that's why I'm saying. But obviously, the better you finish in a group, the better your chances are later on. So, this is not a group of death. this, if you put together all the rankings, we're probably third or fourth toughest group because the average ranking is about 25, 26, maybe
So
29.
third, fourth toughest group.
Yeah, which is pretty tough. But that's because
Nothing
all
to
the
shake a stick
competition
at.
is close,
Yeah,
right? It's
yeah.
not, you don't have high and then
Sure,
lows,
sure.
etc. You don't have like I'm not going to name names, Fiji Island or whatever, right? You have
Fiji versus Germany, right?
Where
That would be
16
pretty
to
terrible.
1, that would be terrible. So, but it is going to be tough because everyone's close, and it could take one goal, one crazy goal, but then it's how you fight, how you come back, and being able to maximize our potential and grow. We want to start off strong, and we want to keep growing into the World Cup. We don't want to see the same starting. If I see the same starting 11 3 games in a row, I'm going to put a fork in my eye.
I would put another fork in that eye too.
Because what happened in 2022 World Cup, we played the same starting 11. And what happened in the round of 16?
Destroyed.
We played Netherlands. We got destroyed. We looked gassed. I've never seen
weren't
Anthony
even
Robinson look gassed like that. So we have to do that. Now, are we prepared now? You say if World Cup was now versus 6 months, do you think we're prepared?
Not right now, but in 6 months, I think we will be, because I've seen some movement. I've seen some good promise.
I agree. I think we're not prepared now. I think that 6 months, it depends. Like these winter months, you have MLS that just finished, right?
Okay.
So they have to train themselves right now, right? They have to make sure they're training, they're keeping up, because the next window is until March. We face Germany and Portugal and Belgium.
Okay. Belgium's pretty good.
Belgium's pretty good. And then in the June window, we just set up Senegal and Germany.
Wow.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy. Yeah,
okay, so we'll know then if we're even going to be in the same orbit.
Could be a wake-up call. Could be,
Germany comes in and destroys us 8-0.
But we got to take this Uruguay win, and we got to use it as a launching pad to be able to say, hey, we are ready for the next step. We're showing up. How far did we come from the last window, and what did we do over the winter break? Obviously, the European guys are all still playing. Pulisic is playing.
McKinney, they're still playing.
They're still playing.
When is their season?
They don't. They just have a brief Christmas-ish break, and then they come back
playing
in January.
Okay, so they'll be in shape. Yeah. For sure.
They're going to be in shape. MLS will come back in, I think, January, February-ish.
Okay.
But they got to make sure that like all our MLS guys, because now we have a heavier core of MLS guys versus European, which are showing up. There are fighters. There are scrappy guys. They're the guys you want playing Australia.
I like that.
They're the guys that you want, because Australian, I don't know if you heard about this.
What?
The media. So the media in Australia right now, Australia is getting crunk because a couple of the reporters have claimed this is a slam dunk for the U.S. team. They're going to crush Australia. I'm excited to see them after.
And they're mad.
Now Australian media is saying, how dare they disrespect us? We got the same thing when we drew the U.S. Of all the people that we could have drawn, we're excited to crush them. So now it's like the new U.S. Mexico rivalry. Yeah.
Good.
So I think this is going to be huge.
Awesome.
It's how we show up on the day. I think that we have a very, very big possibility to be the winner of this group. And then that'll set up now we're going to talk round of 32, right? Round of 32. There's some people we could potentially draw in the round of 32 that I've seen. Those people could be, I think we have a semi-easy team if we get first place in this group. I think it would be like a third place finisher. It could be anyone, right? It could be anyone from a group of death too. We could get a Norway, or I don't think it'll be Norway. Yeah.
So they would come in second, so let me ask you this:
first place, the third place finisher.
Got it. Okay.
Any of the 8, so they could be like 5 or 6 teams. So we won't know until they play that day. So if you finish second, you usually play
another 2,
another 2, or a 1. Yeah, it's different. There's a 1 that plays a 2 or 1 that plays 3. So those are the 2.
Probably the best one plays the 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
But 2 will never get a 3. Right? 2 is the most would get a 1. Yeah, exactly.
And that would just be bad luck.
Yeah.
There.
So it's tough. We don't know, but it looks like there might be a potential Mexico sighting in the round of 16, either 32 or round of 16. Which would be, can you imagine on U.S. soil or, the fight with Mexico at the World Cup? We've seen the scraps in the Nations League.
It was something.
The scraps in the World Cup are going to be like up there, and we will be there
Oh,
live in person. We're
live.
gonna bring you.
We're
live.
gonna IRL it.
Yeah, we're gonna show you behind the scenes.
We're gonna
It's gonna be
IRL it,
amazing.
and I'm
Yep.
gonna be so belligerent to all the other fans.
Yep.
You'll see.
It's going to be amazing. So super excited for that. Now, round of 16, round of 32, sorry, and then round of 16. Now, where we get into trouble, round of 16 could even be Belgium, from what I've heard. Now, round of
Okay.
the quarterfinal, that's going to be tough. We're going to face
It's all the
Spain,
good
Spain or
teams.
Argentina, right? And then
Mm.
semifinal is going to be obviously the other who we didn't
Yeah.
play, Argentina, Spain, or we'll have Portugal or Brazil or something like that. So
no.
and then final is obviously everything. So the further you go, the better the teams are, obviously. So
That's
we'll
right.
see. So we want to grow into the tournament. Start strong and keep growing. That's our goal.
I agree.
Now, we're going to talk about the team, right? So go back to, our us. So we're going
Us.
to talk about our team.
Here we are.
It's about the team, right? The team is so important, and that's been stressed over the last, what we've seen is the team coming together. The team mentality has been huge. The team has been incredible because we're not talking about one player. Yes, Pulisic is amazing, right? All these guys are amazing, but people know how to play Pulisic. If I were a defender, which I am and I was forever, I would knock him down.
Yeah, knock
Right,
him
10
down.
times out of
Knock him down.
100, he might get past me at some point, but I am fast,
Yeah.
and I will chase
Knock
him,
him
and I
down.
will hack him down.
Mhm.
And that's what teams do. They 3v1 him, right, all the time. So they know. But when we take Pulisic out, you see our team start to open up, which is really interesting. So
Mhm.
we got to play with that. We got to maybe use Pulisic as a super sub. I bring him in if we have a round of 32 game, which is sudden, right? You go into
That makes good
2
sense.
overtimes,
Mhm.
and then you have penalties.
Mhm.
I'm going to bring Pulisic on in the 70th minute.
And
You
he'll be
s-
super fresh.
You see what they're doing
And
with
then-
Milan?
yeah.
Milan's bringing him on 70. He scored 2 goals recently and an
Oh,
assist.
really?
He's
Ah.
leading the top Serie A right now,
Uh-huh.
the goal
Okay.
contributions. And the guy is he's leading that not only in the top 5 European leagues, his goal per minute,
Yeah.
he's insane. He's rivaling Harry Kane right now.
Oh,
for
because
England.
he just literally goes in for a few minutes and scores a goal.
Yeah, scores, which is
Good.
insane. So
Good.
so the team, but it's about the team. So we got to figure out how to work the team best together. A solo island
It's all
is not
about
going to do
team.
much further on in the World Cup. You need a team. Now, this is the first time I will say I've seen our starters and our bench look somewhat similar. It's
Okay.
not a huge
Okay.
A and then a C team,
Which
have-
is normally what it is.
which is normally what it is. We have just the guys that, household names that we say they're going to go and score. And if
That's
they
right.
don't score, well,
Yeah.
whatever. So I'm excited. Next up, we're going to talk coach. Now, we're going to show you a quote. Pochettino.
I
I'm gonna
love
let
that
you
movie.
read this quote.
I
because
love
this is
that
your
movie.
Favorite.
That movie was
One of
great.
my I've watched
right?
this 20 times.
We identified with so many things in the movie. They were talking about Miracle. How a group of 20 players who really believed in an idea. It's an amazing story. We're talking about the 1980 U.S. hockey team.
Tell us
that-
about that. You're the sport
I
guy.
was there.
Yeah.
I was quite a young man in those days, but I remember it as if I was still in Lake Placid, New York, watching that game against the Soviet, yes, not Russia, the Soviet Union.
Mhm.
And by the way, you're talking about the friendlies and all that. The Soviet Union beat the U.S. like something crazy at Madison Square Garden, like 12 to 2. Something
how
crazy
close
like
was that to the
It was like
before?
2 weeks before the
2 weeks before. Yeah.
2
that's
weeks
what I'm saying.
before.
Yeah.
But because they were such a strong team led by Herb Brooks, most amazing coach,
Yep.
he preached team.
Yep.
They all had each other's back. That didn't bring them down.
Yeah.
Then they just went in there, and that
Yeah.
4-3 victory against the Soviet Union. My favorite quote in that movie, when they benched their goalie, he had played in I don't know how many 50, and they were a pro team basically. Herb Brooks said they just benched
Yeah.
the best goalie on the
Yeah.
planet.
Make them pay.
Boom.
Make them pay, right?
Let's
he said
go.
make them pay.
Yeah.
So you know what? Pochettino, he took inspiration from this. I don't know how long ago he watched this and whether this influenced from that. I think this might have been recently, and he
Mhm.
started really adapting this. But you can tell the team mentality,
Mhm.
right, has
It
really been coming
shifted.
together. It's shifted. And the starters that used to be the A team, they're getting on board. They're saying, it's about the team. Pochettino says
Yeah.
no one is safe. And then there even was
No
reporters.
one is
There's
safe. I
there's
love that.
reporters that would ask Pochettino after some of the last ones. He's
Yeah.
like, So to these guys that like started in this that aren't your normal like starters, like what would you say to blah blah? He's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. He's like, what do you mean? There's no normal starters. I don't know what you're talking about. No, how dare you disrespect the guys that played, that bled on the field, that were there, because they got the victory, they got the W.
That guy's growing on me, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is this guy
is growing on me, dude?
He is embracing. I would say this is the culture of America, right? Is winning mentality and coming together, united as a team, fighting, bleeding, striving.
That is it.
Putting everything on the field. Not just about one guy. Yes, we have these guys that are like superstars. These guys that are like doing really well, but it's about how they come together as a team, right? And how far they go into the World Cup is going to depend on that. And it comes down to the coach too. The subs he makes during the impact players he brings on.
Yep.
How he's been setting us up in for like 3-4-3s, really good formations that are cohesive for our team and how to go forward, right? 3 center backs, strong midfield, the left and right fullback that are going forward. So we're pressing. And if you notice on the field, we don't just have one guy running after the ball. We have a guy running after the ball, and you see 2 guys behind that counter that also follow the press, that follow the press, right? So they go to the next guy where the ball would go. So you have one guy, and then that shuts down the options, and the guy's like, where do I pass?
That's smart.
Right? So smart.
They're playing pressing. Some good, smart.
Yep, finesse, pressing. The team mentality is fantastic. I'm excited to see what Pochettino brings, and I think he's the right man to adjust on the fly, right?
Well,
and
we're seeing it. Yeah. We're seeing the results.
Yeah, and his also, I love when this guy gets in front of reporters, because they also said this is a layup for you guys. You're like, these are easy teams. You should come out of the group. And he says, how dare you disrespect the opponent?
Did Australia hear that?
I hope so, but if not, they're only hearing the other stuff. But he said you have to respect your opponent. They are a solid, amazing opponent. They qualified for the World Cup. They're doing incredibly well in their own areas, regions, and this is like the top of the top, right?
Yeah.
So you have to respect your opponent. And I agree. You take it one game at a time, respect your opponent.
That's how you eat an elephant.
Yep.
One bite at a time.
So now the one thing I would say, the next window, he's got to bring everyone. So the next window, if it's about the team, you got to see the team together. I don't care if you're injured. I don't care if Anthony Robinson's been out for a minute. I don't care if his club wants him to come or not. I don't care. I want to see 26 players that are going to be a World Cup roster come together, be there, because it's going to be about what the guys do off the field just as much as what they do on the field.
26.
They're going to be together.
26.
You know how long
that was like for? That U.S. hockey team. 3 months.
2 to 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah. 2 to 3 months. So from end of May, all the way through like middle June.
Aha! That's teamwork is dreamwork. That is how you build
July.
That's how you build team.
So I think you got to bring your injured guys. You got to look at them. You got to assess, are these guys going to be able to play come World Cup? And then you got to make some tough decisions. But I think we got to see who Pochettino is going to bring as close to our World Cup roster.
I wonder what he's going to do.
So you got to bring everyone. So fans, do we have an edge? Before we move on to our other stuff, go back to the other stuff. No, the laptop cam. No, not that. Not yet. That's for later. So fans, do we have an edge against the other teams? Home soil.
We better.
Our fans are going to show up.
I hope so. Well, no, I say yes because it's the World Cup.
Well, you have to think about.
That's why.
Yeah, you have to think about the teams who are playing though. So Australian fans, are they going to show up?
Nope.
Okay.
Too more of a flood.
Yes. Paraguay are going to show up. Okay.
Yes.
Turkey.
Nah.
Probably. I think
Too far.
I think Turkey. When we did play Turkey, we were outnumbered. 80% in the stadium. But when the World Cup,
the World Cup's here. We won't sell to them, right?
Yeah.
Just sell to U.S. fans. Yeah. And U.S. fans do not resell your tickets.
Yeah. I think dual national fans, right? We have USA, Mexico fans. I think if they get tickets, they're going to wear their U.S. jersey. They're going to come and show up, right? And they're awesome fans. They're supporters, huge fans. I'm excited to see the fervor. So hopefully U.S. fans will bring it. Pochettino's been saying, we need the fans. We need the fans. We need the fans. I think come World Cup, we will have them. It's going to be tough depending on the ticket
so because
sales.
It is the World Cup.
Yeah. Speaking of tickets, so now we're going to get in very briefly. There are, I would say right now, the most important time, we've had multiple lotteries. Right now, the third lottery is going on. So I'm going to walk you through very briefly how to do the lottery. You're going to go to FIFA.com/tickets. As always, you're going to enter your FIFA ID. Now, there is going to be a new section that says random selection draw or PMA, which is participator something support or association, participating member association, PMA.
So that's what we are, PMAs?
No.
We're not PMAs.
So these are the teams that have already qualified that have the fan associations where you can go and get tickets. They're pretty much the
Screaming
same
Eagles.
amount. Yeah, but they don't have us on there. They don't have the host nations. Those come later. Those are different. Yeah, but what you can do, what's important for everyone, you go through random selection draw, and then now for the first time ever, you can select match. You can select Mexico versus TBD, whatever the first match is. You can say U.S. versus Paraguay, and you go into U.S. versus Paraguay. You select the match. You can select up to 4 tickets. Now, the caveat about these 4 tickets is they will most likely not be together. 2 may be together, 3 may be together, or they all 4 might be somewhere else. So you're going to have to do it. Or you can select 2 or 1 or 3, whatever tickets
we're going to do 2.
The amount. Yeah, I think, or 4. I might just do 4.
Yeah, why not? Sure.
And then resell or put them up on the ticket exchange.
Our viewers here will reward our millionth subscribe
exact subscriber
with a ticket.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, maybe we might reward you with the ticket.
So just hit that subscribe.
Hit the
smash that subscribe button right now.
We may end up giving you a ticket, so let us know.
We might.
Hopefully you're following. Hopefully you like our content. We appreciate you. So ticket-wise, this is so the 4 tickets up to 4. Now you can go to all different matches. There's no cap on it. You can go to all the matches, do 4, 4, 4.
That's pretty good.
Here's the other caveat. You have to put your credit card down. Whatever tickets you select come. So you have a whole month to do this, December 11th to January 13th, right? And then it closes. The application is what they call it, closes. So you have to put a credit card down. In February, after February 5th, they start selecting people based on the application.
So Feb 5 is the draw.
3 outcomes. First outcome, you get all the tickets you want. Second outcome, you get partial amount of tickets. Third outcome, you don't get any tickets. 3 outcomes, right? Now, if you do get all the tickets, they charge your card immediately. If you get partial, they
have the room.
Yeah, you better have your room on your credit card.
And these tickets are like thousands of dollars too.
So we're going to walk through prices in a second. But yes, you have to make sure that your card is attached, put your application in, and know that you want to go to that. If not, then don't do it. Or resell, or have someone send you Venmo you the money and make sure your credit card balance is down. Yeah, before February 5th. So ticket prices, from what I've seen, we'll talk U.S. games. First match, opening match. Obviously, it's going to be expensive. Category 1 I was looking at is, I think, in between $1,100 to $1,300. Oh. Or Category 3, I'm sorry. Category 3, which is the lowest.
It's like Super Bowl price.
Which is the nosebleed sections. $1,100 to $1,300. Category 2, I think, was in between $2K. And then Category 1 was probably about $3K, behind the 3 to 4. Yeah. So crazy. Insane. So you got to have 4 tickets. $1,200, that's $4,800 that you got to have available on your credit card just for 1 game. Now, 2, so first one's in LA, SoFi Stadium. Second one, first one's against Paraguay. The second one is going to be in Seattle. That one's against Australia. That one, from what I was seeing, was high 2, mid 2 to 300 for the Category 3. Next one up was, I think, 600, and then the max like 700, 800 right behind the goalpost, which actually is not bad. That's really not bad. So I'm going to sign up for those for sure. Third game is against either Turkey or a winner of that playoff, the European playoff. They were about the same, 300, which is not bad.
That's
so
reasonable.
I signed up for those already. I think I'm going to resubmit my application, sign up for the Seattle ones because
why not?
I'm from Oregon.
Yeah.
I could go right there. It's easy. So that's what we're looking at. So price-wise, it's not bad. So go sign up for that. And as T said, we may gift a ticket to one of our subs.
So subscribe.
So next up, we have, pick your World Cup 2026 starting 11. So now, after the windows, this is who I still think. It didn't change.
Let's see.
It didn't change from my other stuff. Yeah, it's about the same. So you have up top, you got Pulisic, Balogun, who's been showing up. You have Weah, who also, we haven't seen him in a while, but when he has been in there, he's showing up. Then you have Robinson and Dest on the left and right full back, which always
Mhm.
push forward. You have McKennie and Adams holding down the midfield, solid. You have Reams, Richard, and Robinson in the back.
I
All
like
solid.
that,
We know them.
Richards.
And then Freese, I think Freese is a starting goalkeeper. I think
Not
he
your
is.
boy. Not your other boy.
Not my other boy.
Okay.
But we're going to go to the next up. Now, this is I would say reserves, or not necessarily reserves, alternates. Like, this
That's
may
right.
be a team I play for
Pepe.
Australia. This may be a team I play for Turkey, or blah, 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 right?
Yeah,
Or
I love
mix in some of the other.
Zendejas.
Yeah. So I got Luna, Pepe, and Zendejas. I don't think these guys are going to be playing together necessarily, but I think this is just backups,
Mhm,
reserves,
mhm.
right? Or alternates, as we call them. So
Sure.
Zendejas, you have Arston and Freeman, who are the backups for the left and right
Makes
fullback.
sense,
They've been taking the places of Anthony Robbins, Sergino Dest while they've been injured or not.
And they've
there.
been pretty good.
They've been performing. They've been
See?
scoring.
Yes.
Crazy. So Tillman and Tessman in the center. I kind of like these guys. I don't think they work really well together. They might, but I haven't really seen. We haven't seen Tillman come back in a minute. Tessman, what did play last time, he did good. In the back, Scally has been crushing it. McKenzie, Trusty. Arguably, you could bring any of these three and take out Tim Ream and have them come in, because I would say they're up there. They're doing
Makes
good. And then
sense.
Turner,
Oh,
the
he's
boy
still on the
who
team.
used to be the boy,
He's not.
not the
He's
boy
not.
no more.
He's not the boy
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah. So now,
all right.
and we go down. Hold on. There's one more image.
There's one more
Yeah,
image.
So that's only 22 players. You get to bring
Huh.
26. Now, you notice some of them are
Huh,
the same.
I don't even know.
Some are the same, but
yeah,
because
okay.
it wouldn't let me do the thing without putting them all in. So
okay.
the only difference is here.
Yeah,
The
that's
four,
the Stefan guy.
the four that I have. Actually, I think I put 5, but you can't put 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 5, 6. I put 6, so you can't have that many. That's 28. So we got to figure out who to take out. Haji Wright for sure will be there.
Mhm.
Stefan, I think, may come, or we're going to bring in Jonathan Klinsmann or whoever, one of the guys, other guys, goalkeepers. I don't know, but we got to have a third goalkeeper. Then this is where it gets tricky. Our midfield is so stacked. I didn't even talk about
Good problem to
Cardoso.
have.
Great problem. I didn't even talk about Cardoso. I didn't even
Mhm.
talk about Aronson. I didn't talk about Berhalter yet,
Mm.
and Roldan. So I think you're going to pick 2 of those 4. I don't know who those 2 are, but it's going to come down to game
Berhalter.
time decision.
He's tough.
But also,
like him.
Cardoso is crushing it. Aronson, you need these workhorse guys. These guys are the fighters against Australia,
Hmm.
right?
There you go.
So this is tough. So let's go back to the other. But that's, I would say, a dream roster if everyone's healthy. So
All
now,
right.
that was wrapping it up. I know we threw a lot at you. We covered a lot. So final thoughts, T. What are your final thoughts? How do we prepare?
Just like this.
6
I
months.
am
How do we prepare?
excited because I think that what the coach is doing is working. We see it in results. It's not conjecture. It's not thoughts just going around that, oh, we're looking better. Nope. We have been winning.
Yeah.
He's instilling a winning attitude. And my favorite part of this show was that miracle quote.
Yeah.
If he really does that, that's going to be amazing. That's my 2 cents. I
So-
can't wait for the next set. What do you call it? The next window.
Yeah, the next window. Yeah, in March. We only have
I
one
can't-
window
right.
left.
I can't
before the
wait.
World Cup. But so how do we prepare? 6 months. How do you prepare? How would you prepare?
Well,
Like on a high
It's-
level.
it's a marathon, not
Mm-hmm.
a sprint. It's a marathon. And just like in Miracle, they trained their conditioning. So by the end, they were operating at a high level
Yeah.
because they were the most conditioned team.
Yeah.
So I would just keep that, and then also just keep the team playing together,
Yeah.
cohesiveness. That to me is most important.
Yeah, I almost think
What do
this
you think?
actually just came to me. I almost think you don't have a January camp. We normally have one, but it's been too busy. You don't have one. But for the guys that aren't playing right now, MLS, like, why not do like almost a closed door session where you bring in, you got a World Cup in 6 months. You bring in the
Makes
MLS
sense.
player, you do a closed door session, you train, you maybe play each other like a team, you do 11v11 without getting injured, of course, but you keep it at a high level. I think these guys can go off and do a lot of their own R&R and get up there, do their own training. But I think
Keep
together,
it together.
yeah. So maybe Pochettino does something like in January where he doesn't announce it. You just bring guys together and it's not widely announced.
I
or
love
not-
that
yeah,
idea.
just a closed door session,
Perfect.
right?
Perfect.
So I think that might be interesting. So, but yeah, the guys got to keep performing, playing at their club, keeping it up, and don't get injured. Number one, how do they prepare? Do not get injured.
Don't get injured.
Lastly, can
Okay.
we make a deep run? You kind of
Yes.
sum this up a little bit. Okay.
Yes, absolutely yes. Because I think once you get out of the group, it gets real,
Yeah.
and you're in that tournament there.
Yeah.
You can scrap it out.
Yep. Scrap it out. And I mean, look, if we play a Spain, if we play an Argentina, we got to find a way to win.
Yeah.
How do we win? How do we shut down their players? Like we have to, and that's up to the coach. He knows the Argentina team. Obviously, he's Argentinian. So
Doesn't he?
So
Yes.
so we have to find a way. He's done some good oppo research on people now, I think, to
Mhm.
where he knows what he's doing. And we have longer times in between the things. So if you notice group stage games, we have 10 days.
Some more time to
almost between
recover and plan. Okay.
between each of the opponents. I don't
That's
know
good
about
news.
round of 32, round 16. It
Yeah.
might be maybe a week or so,
Yeah.
but you still have time.
You
So
have time.
gives us time to recover. So I think we can make it deeper into. I'm with you. But
Let's see.
I'm excited.
In March, though, we'll know more.
We'll know
Ask that question again, and we'll ask that of you. Put your comments down below. I want to know what you think. Do you
Subscribe.
think we can make a deep run?
Yeah, subscribe. Put your comments down below. We're going to talk tickets. If we get an extra ticket, we may be gifting one to one of our subs. So we hope you like. We hope you subscribe. And we will see you back here in March. Thank you for joining us in Vegas.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you.